I have this rig. I'll click this bone over here. If I move the character up, we can see that its feet are grounded and the legs are stretching. Let me go to frame 12. I'm able to move the character with these bones. These bones are called target bones. So in this video, I'll show you how I created this setup with target bones. I'll select the bones on the top and click on shy bone. This will hide the bones. They are still there, but they are not visible. Now I'll click on this bone, and if I move the character up, we can see that it's not grounded. The whole character is going up, and we don't want this. The leg has two bones. This is the upper bone and this is the lower bone for the leg. So the target bone will be connected to the lower bone of the leg. So I've created the bone. So when we create the target bone, we have to make sure that the bone is next to the bone. If it is far away, then it will not work properly. The bone can be in any direction, it will still work. So I can have the bone like this, or like this, or like this. It will still work. I can even make it a small size bone. And now I'll create the target bone for the second leg. Now we remove the strength of both the bones. Now we need to check the parenting of the bones. Now we can see that this bone is parented to this bone. So the target bone should not be parented to any bone. And now we will name both the bones. So this bone is called B36. I'll change it to target. And this one will be target 2. Let's check the setup now. I'll move the slider to frame 6. We can see that the target bone is set up, but it is not working right now. So let's select the first bone. So this is B44. So we'll go to bone constraints. And over here we have target. And we select target 1. And when we do that, we can see that we have a small target at the point where both the bones connect. And there is another way to set up the target bone. So we'll do that for this one. We'll select the reparent bone option. Select this bone. And while this leg bone is selected, we hold the control key and click on this target bone. And now we can see that there is a target icon. between the two bones. And to confirm that this is done properly, so we have the lower leg selected, which is B40. I'll go to bone constraints, and under target, we can see that target 2, which is the name of this bone, it is already there. So let's go to the timeline to any frame other than frame 0. I'll select this target bone and move the leg. We can see that when we move the target bone, the whole leg bends properly. And let's check this one. So this leg is bending in the wrong direction. This can happen sometimes. So there is a fix for this. If we want the leg to bend in the right direction, we have to apply that. Since both the bones are straight, it can bend in any direction. So let's go back to frame 0. We'll select the transform bone. We'll move this bone a little bit to the right, and the lower bone we'll move it a little bit. And the target bone, it is connected to the wrong bone, so I'll just move it up like this. Now let's go to frame 6. Now we can see that when I'm moving the target bone, the leg is bending in the right direction. And look at the shoes of the character. When we are moving the target bone, the shoes are also moving, but it doesn't seem natural. Same is the case with this one. So there is a fix for this. Let's go back to frame 0. So both the shoes have two bones, this one and this one. So I'll select the lower bone in the shoe, go to bone constraints, and over here we have an option independent angle. We will enable this, and I'll select the other bone in the shoe, bone constraints, and enable independent angle. So we are enabling it only for the second bone in the shoe, not the first one. So this way the shoe will move separately from the target bone. I'll go back to frame 6. So now we can see the difference in the shoes. So there is one more change we need to make now. I'll select the bones, both the bones and the leg, these two bones. Go to bone constraints, and over here we have maximum IK stretching. The default is 100%. This is how much the bones will stretch. But I wanted it a bit more, so I'll change this to 130. And I'll do the same for the other two bones. Now let's go back to the timeline. I'll select this bone, and now we can see that the legs are stretching. Depending upon the value that we select, if we want them to stretch more, we can increase the value over there. So this way we can set up target bones for the legs, and we can do the same thing for the arms also. Right now I'm using the lower arm bone, but if I set up a target bone over here, it will control the movement of the whole arm, and then we can use an independent angle for the hand. So the process is the same. So I'll create a pin bone. Move it over here. Go to reparent. Now let's check. So it's showing target T3. And T3 is the name of the pin bone which I created over here. T3. So we can see that I'm moving the target bone and the whole shoulder and the arm is moving.